Disrespect Towards Officials by Ben Shireen.
Ruben Amlin.
Zach Murphy.
Yeah, this video just shows how severe altercations between officials, fans, players, and coaches can really get.
Since 2018-2019, 50,000 people have quit officiating, according to the National Federation of State High School Associations. And according to the same source, more than 70% of new officials quit within 3 years.
Today, there's a massive shortcoming of officials being ready for game day. Kate Peterson Abade, the WIAA Assistant Director, says, quote, "You only retain 2 out of every 10 officials over a 2-year period. Similarly, as of last August, the WIAA was 1,000 referees behind what it was a year prior. That is extremely significant. People are not ready to handle the game day because there is not enough referees to be ready for game day.
Today, there's a referee shortage leading to games being delayed and canceled due to a lack of officials in certain age groups. Because of this, verbal and physical harassment is through the roof, directed towards fans, players, and coaches. First, the increasing amount of verbal disrespect from fans, players, and coaches is causing a growth in physical altercations. My uncle, who has been an umpire for baseball for 15 years, states, "I have experienced a large spike of negative interactions in the last 2 to 3 years. He personally has never been in a physical altercation, but his partners have. He stated, after I've experienced my first physical altercation, that moment has never left me. I was terrified that I was going to get attacked next." According to Wikipedia.com, during the 2008 Beijing Olympics, Angela Velodia Matos from Cuba pushed and kicked a referee in the face during a taekwondo match. He was disqualified for taking too much injury time in the bronze medal match by referee Shakir Shabelt before kicking Shabelt in the face. The referee required stitches in his lip after the attack. The World Taekwondo Federation has banned Matos and his coach from taekwondo competitions for life.
Now, according to Mr. Barron's Pewaukee Athletic Director, when asked if he said he'd cancel or postpone events, he responded multiple times, mostly in baseball and softball. I've had to run lots of events with fewer numbers of refs or officials. Now, it's most common in baseball and softball because these referees face the most amount of disrespect and scrutiny. And as a result of this, when these games are being played with less officials, no matter how good the referees are, they're going to miss calls and face even more disrespect, chasing out great officials. Now, this is a graph from the Illinois High School State Association's athletic department. And this just shows over the years, from 2007 to 2018, the decline in officials. Now, the NFHS conducted a survey with over 35,000 active referees. And they asked questions like, have you ever feared for your safety? And as you can see here, 56% said they have, 32% said they haven't, and 12% have already been in a physical altercation affecting their safety. Another question asked was, has officiating gotten better or worse? As you can see, 69.4% said officiating has gotten worse. This will only continue to get worse because good officials are quitting and people like Mr. Barron's are forced to hire anyone they can, leaving more underqualified officials and increasing the disrespect towards officials.
Now, while officials are being mistreated physically and verbally, some people might say it's just part of the job. After all, according to the WIA official application process to become a referee, they have the right to eject players, fans, and even coaches in order to promote sportsmanlike activities. Now, obviously, refs can eject people. However, there becomes a problem when people ride the fine line between harassment and simply heckling a call. According to Barry Mano, a Wisconsin referee, he says, quote, "You are going to boo at us. We can handle that. But harassment introduces the aspect that a person feels unsafe." And here, Mano is clearly creating a divide between harassment and heckling a call. Now, this is John Bienovich. In 2017, he was killed due to a blow from a soccer player who he issued a warning for. His son, Kyle Bienwich, says, quote, "We screw up sometimes. We shouldn't have to worry about the fear of getting attacked when we screw up." And here, it just shows again that harassing a referee is far different from simply disagreeing on a call, and it takes it to a completely different level. Sadly, there are still more stories of referees getting killed due to the calls that they make and the reactions from parents, fans, of students, anybody really. And more common, but on a less serious note, there are still tons of cases of refs receiving verbal threats about calls that they make. Similarly, there are many cases of people following referees to their calls outside of competition areas, threatening their safety yet again. Here is a graph and chart that displays how referees feel on this whole harassment matter. At what level is it the worst? Youth competitive. Think of 7th grade AAU basketball or travel baseball. And this makes sense when you think about it. Parents are paying thousands of dollars to have their kids maybe even play across the country. And so they're extremely invested in these games, which leads to more harassment of referees. At the lowest is college, which kind of makes sense too, because college is a more refined game than some of the youth levels, especially when you get into things like AAU, where events and tournaments are sometimes scrapped together in order to gain money. Also, on the right side of the graph, we can see that officials say that this sportsmanship issue is getting far worse. Some say it's getting better, although that's an extremely insignificant portion compared to the large number of people who say it's getting worse.
Because of the ref shortage, there are many games being delayed and a lack of officials. And because of the constant verbal and physical harassment, this will only continue to get worse unless we change the way we approach referees and we start to appreciate all the value they have for the sports we love. Now, if we keep holding refs to these unattainable standards, it will only cause this problem to get worse. Now, next time you are watching a sport or even playing in a sport, keep in mind what these refs are doing for you and what would happen if they stopped. And you should treat them with the respect they deserve.
Again, the problem stems from simply disrespect. It's extremely important to keep in mind that these referees are people, just like us, and deserve to be treated with respect. Thank you.